Hello, everybody. I just kind of wanted to sit down and talk about anything. I'm really bored and it's currently midnight, and I was gonna make a video talking about the idea of beauty, but then I sat down and I kind of was like, I don't know what to say. Like I had one idea and then it kind of flowed into the same, like I just kept repeating the same thing over and over and over again, and it began to not make sense. So I kind of scrapped that idea, but I do want to make a video and I do just want to talk to you guys. So as I said, it's currently 12 o'clock. My mind is kind of shut off. It's not really working. So I'm gonna try my best, but if I seem like I've checked out, I'm just kind of like, that's why. First I wanted to start by doing a little book reading list, some books that I want to read. This one that I really want to read is called What is Art by Leo Tolstoy. I wanted to read this because it talks a lot about the concept of beauty and kind of what it means to see something that's beautiful. Like, it talks a lot about art and religion and aestheticness, like architectural aestheticness, like kind of seeing beauty in the world around you. It's not just art in the sense of like painting and drawing and stuff. And I had no idea this book even existed. I thought Leo Tolstoy was just the guy who wrote Anna Karenina and War and Peace, but no, he has wrote this book as well. So I found this at my Barnes & Noble and I was like, I need that right now. I just kind of like looked through it and I saw these like quotes and I just was like, I need that. I saw many mentions of Plato and Socrates and Aristotle, which you guys know, well, you don't know, my friends know that I love philosophy. And I actually did want to quote this one part of the book that I found particularly interesting. I was just skimming through and I saw it. According to Todd Hunter in The Theory of the Beautiful, 1872, beauty is infinite attractiveness, which we perceive both through reason and through the enthusiasm of love. The recognition of beauty as beauty depends on taste and can in no way be defined. The only approximation to a definition is the greater cultivation of people, but what this cultivation is never gets defined. The essence of art, of that which touches us by means of lines, colors, sounds, words, is a product, not of blind forces, but of forces that are reasonable, that strive, aiding one another for reasonable aim. Beauty is the reconciliation of contraries. Deep. I specifically loved where it said beauty cannot be defined. It's kind of just this idea that this is a lot for my sleepy 16-year-old brain to comprehend right now, but something about that kind of struck me. And I was just thinking about it a lot, you know? What makes something beautiful? Is it what society has made us believe is beautiful? Is it just something that pleases our eye? You know, because something that I find beautiful isn't always something that somebody else finds beautiful. It's just something that's aesthetically pleasing to me. And I don't know, I just kind of found that to be very interesting. And I'm very excited to read more about this because, I don't know, I had no idea this existed. It's so crazy sometimes when you just see like the spine of a book and you're like, I'll pick that up. And it ends up seeming so cool. So I'm very excited. I'm gonna read this after I finish the book I'm reading right now. Also, I want to talk about recent interests of mine, which has been Rothko. A lot of people like to hate on Rothko. They say his art is immature and like a kid could draw that, but you can just tell in the way he did his art. I know it seems very like just basic. It's just like these like color blocks. But the way he used color and the way he used his mediums, you can tell it was like, it's almost like watered down oil or something. They tell stories. Like, for example, I'm gonna show you guys my favorite Rothko, which is called Untitled Black on Gray, 1969-1970. And it's this sort of desolate, like, black and gray painting. What I love about Rothko is his paintings are very kind of boring and mundane, but to me they make me feel so much emotion. This just makes me feel so like lonely and sad in a way. It just, to me, this painting is like desperation and just desolate, like loneliness, you know? And then some of his drawings make me think of something more happy. Like, let me get up one of them. I saw it earlier. This one, the green stripe. When I look at these colors, I don't know, I just get like some sort of nostalgic, like my mom is a painter. Well, she's not like a painter, but she went to school for art, so she had a lot of paintings around the house, especially when I was younger, and something about this color relationship and the way it's, you know, painted is so nostalgic for me. And I really find so much beauty in Rothko's, the way he did color, like this orange background with this yellow and this blue. I would have never thought to put those colors together, but they're so pretty together, you know? And you can tell he was so talented. Like even this one, it looks like something about this reminds me of like the Red Hot Chili Peppers Californication album cover. It's nothing like it, but I don't know. I guess maybe this sort of like bleached effect, I don't know. I love Rothko. I got this book at Barnes & Noble. I love Barnes & Noble. And I'd really recommend checking out Rothko. You can just look up on Google some of his work, but this is like his like full collection of his color field paintings. And I love Rothko so much. I would love to own a big print of a Rothko one day and like put it in my house when I'm older. Maybe not that really depressing one, maybe one of the more colorful ones that are kind of more happy. Maybe that yellow one. I really do like that yellow one. I don't know. I just really have a fascination. And this is some of his other work, which is also just very, very interesting. This is almost Klimt-esque. Just the fine line and whatnot. And I just love Rothko, so I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is normal people. Now, if you don't know about normal people, either the book by Sally Rooney or the show, it is one of my like special interests, I guess you could say. It is so special to me. This is the scripts from the show. I don't want to like really talk about what the show's about, because I think honestly you should go into it completely blind and just kind of let yourself experience it. But all I can tell you is this show is so realistic and visceral. It has so much emotion. I honestly, like, I had to watch it over like an 8-month period. Like, I could not just binge it. It was one of those things where you really have to like absorb it. The book I finished in one day. It was, you know, it was just incredible. Of course, Sally Rooney, if you didn't know, her writing is so her writing is kind of that type of book that's like no plot, just vibes, but there's not much of a plot. Her books are very character driven. they're kind of a master class in character study and psychology in a way, and that's why I really enjoy her. But the show has so much emotion and has so much lore behind it. These actors, Paul Mescal and Daisy Edgar Jones, just search up that on like Instagram or TikTok or YouTube and search like a compilation of them. The lore is insane, okay? I can't even begin to like describe it, but this show, it is so hyper realistic. It's just so realistic to how our lives are today. And my sister, actually, I had her watch it, and she was going through a similar like type of relationship to the two characters in the show, and it destroyed her. She kind of broke down after that, but she loves it. And she's not somebody who can really like focus in on like a show, but she finished it so fast. It's just so good. And I got this for Christmas, and I think my dad got it for me, and I was like, I'm so excited. I love like scripts like this, like, you know, like it's the actual TV script. I have the Lady Bird script, the movie from A24, which I also got for Christmas. I love it, and it usually has like the photos in there as well, so really recommend. Normal people could read the book if you're a book person. If you're not a book person, watch the show on Hulu. It's so good. It is so emotional. It's truly an emotional roller coaster, like in every sense of the word. It kind of destroyed me, I'm not gonna lie to you. I still think about it on a daily basis. It never left my mind, not for a second. So yeah, that's for sure. Another thing I wanted to kind of show you guys is something I really like, and that's like art books and like travel books. I have this book, Art and History of Venice. I am not a big traveler. My family, we don't have enough money to like go traveling all these places, but I've always wanted to go to Venice. And so I got this book at this like secondhand bookstore. It has all of these like places in Venice, but beyond that, it also has at the end of the book a bunch of art from Venice, which you guys know I love art. Let me bring up just these beautiful pieces of artwork. Like, how did we stray away from this? I know it's such a drastic contrast from this modern Rothko, but I love these early, almost evangelical type of paintings. They were very divinity based, and you know, I think this is actually maybe Jesus. I don't know. He has the thorn crown on his head, but look, I mean, just look how beautiful these pieces of art are. That's genuinely why I bought the book, was just to look at these beautiful artwork. Yeah, a lot of these are very religious. Oh my god. And then there's like, you know how people in the like at the Renaissance times and the ancient times would paint the ceilings and the walls. Look how beautiful. Like, are you serious? I want to go to the Palace at Versailles very badly to look at all the artwork. That has nothing to do with Venice, but you know. Art and History of Venice. This was $5 at the used bookstore. Look how beautiful the architecture is. This is why America is so boring. It's very rare to find beautiful architecture like this in America. It's just stunning. I mean, truly, the Europeans do it every single time. Like, oh my god. Stunning. I have another book that's really interesting like this. I don't really want to get it out because it's kind of underneath a lot of things, but it's called The World's Great Treasures, and it's kind of just a book full of like ancient treasures, like precious gems and gold and these old artifacts from ancient times. It's so good. I would really recommend it. It says it's by Guadalupe. Not Guadalupe, it's Guadalupe. Says the Stewart, Tabby, and Chang Company is who it's by. So I'd really, really recommend that. It's beautiful book. I genuinely just sat at my kitchen table one night and I flipped through it, and it was so nice. Yes, so also you can see behind me, look at all my Penguin classics, and that's not even all of them. I have many, many more, but that's what I have for now. Let's see what else we can talk about. Ooh. We're gonna talk about Percy the Wallflower. More so the movie. This book's good, but the movie is much better than the book. It's very rare for the movie to be better than the book, but Percy and the Wallflower is my favorite movie of all time. It is so special to me. I watched it in a time where I was very lonely and anxious and kind of depressed. I was actually, I think, going into my freshman year of high school, and that's where this book starts. Is the main character Charlie. He's going into high school and he's very lonely. He's just going through a hard time. He doesn't really have any friends, and it's this coming of age story where he finds this group of very interesting, eccentric people, and he kind of really finds himself, you know. He finds who he wants to be, and he kind of works through his traumas, and just it's just such a good story. The movie is incredible. The soundtrack is incredible. The actors are incredible. It's just, I mean, it's truly one of the best coming of age movies / books of all time. There's nothing really like it. I'm gonna read the back so you guys can get like a really good like understanding, because I'm not the best at explaining things. So yeah. This is the story of what it's like to grow up in high school. More intimate than a diary, Charlie's letters are singular and unique, hilarious and devastating. We may not know where he lives. We may not know to whom he is writing. All we know is the world he shares, caught between trying to live his life and trying to run from it, puts on a strange course throughout uncharted territory. The world of first dates and mixtapes, family dramas and new friends, the world of sex, drugs, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and all one requires is that perfect song and that perfect drive to feel infinite. Oh my god. Literally, I'm thinking about it right now. I remember when I finished that movie, it was like the middle of the night, and I was sitting on my bed. It was summer. I was just about to go to school, and I sat there and I was just like, for a good 5 minutes, like I just unmoving. I was just like it was incredible. It's just truly, I mean, it's just incredible. So would recommend the movie, but the book is really good too. I would still recommend to read the book before you watch the movie to kind of get your own idea of it. But the movie is incredible. I have a poster of it on my wall. Yeah. Now I think I want to talk about music. I have some records here. I have two I'll talk about. Let me get... Okay. Speaking of coming of age, we have Pure Heroine by Lorde. This album is the coming of age album. When I think of coming of age music, I think of this album. Lorde, I think, released this when she was 16, which is crazy because that's the age I am right now. And I think she wrote a lot of these songs when she was like 14, 15. It's insane. The song Ribs, you probably know it. I mean, it's just like when you're at a party and all the moments in your entire life are playing on this like supercut in your head. That's what that song is, you know? When I'm listening to this, I feel like I'm in a movie. I know that's so cringy, but it's so true. I mean, it's so special to me. I listen to this like at least once a year. Like I just listen to the entire album, but I listen to all the songs all the time. It's just so good. I mean, Tennis Court, 400 Lux, Royals, obviously Royals is an OG. Ribs, Buzzcut Season, Team, Glory and Gore, Still Sane, White Teeth, Teens, and A World Alone. I saw this Instagram reel of this couple. They were like young, and it was their wedding day, and they were dancing to A World Alone, and it was so beautiful. I mean, honestly, like goals, but very, very good. Lorde is one of my favorite artists. She is just genius, like master genius. It's incredible. So go ahead and listen to that. Now we have a soundtrack. This is the Virgin Suicide soundtrack. I have a poster on my wall up there of the Virgin Suicides, and this is a book actually by Jeffrey Eugenides. Very good book, but the movie's really good as well, and the soundtrack is insane. Love, one of my favorite songs of all time is I'm Not in Love by 10cc, and that's in here, but I love the Kelsey Lou rendition. She does a cover of it that's incredible. I would really recommend listening to it. It is so cinematic. And obviously they have Playground Love by Air, they have Come Sail Away by Styx, they have Everything You've Done Wrong by Sloan. It just is such a good soundtrack. I think about it genuinely all the time. My dad got me this for Christmas, or my grandparents, I don't know. But I mean, obviously it's a cinematic soundtrack. It's from a movie, but I think that's what I love about buying like film soundtracks, is because when I'll listen to them, they make you feel like you're in a movie, you know? Which is my favorite thing ever. I'm always constantly kind of seeking out like songs that make me feel like I'm in a movie. If you have any good recommendations, please tell me down below. I love listening to these like cinematic songs. I think that's why I love Lana Del Rey so much, is because her songs are just film noir, you know? Especially the Honeymoon album. It's just so like movie star Hollywood chic, you know? But this kind of has this like mundane, melancholic kind of vibe to it, but it's so beautiful. I genuinely honestly bought this because of I'm Not in Love by 10cc and the fact that it has Playground Love on it, but I will definitely be like listening to this entire thing. Like I like to listen to my records while I clean my room because I have my record player over there. Or just sometimes, you know, when I'm writing, I'll sit down and I'll just let something play and I'll just think. I think making time for yourself to think is very, very important, and just kind of like sitting and pondering. I love to ponder. I think it's very important. So yeah, I think that's the end of this video. This was such a weird video. It's just kind of me talking about things that I liked. And yeah, I'm definitely going to next time come back with a video that's actually structured and has a point, but for now I'm just gonna see where this goes. Thank you so much for watching. If you got this far, probably nobody's watching this, but if you did, I really hope you enjoyed. I'll link down below my Instagram and my book as well. And yeah, bye guys.